Hey there peeps, mewmew here, and welcome back to Dragalia Lost. Oh my god, I cannot even with these updates. Oh my god, let's get into it. I legit cannot contain myself because we just got some update notices right now, like literally a little bit ago, and I just had to talk about it because this is insane. So first of all, when the day rolls over, we are gonna get Void Ogni available in Void battles, which is awesome. It is a flame void monster, and it requires 12,500 might, and you do have to complete chapter 7 in order to be able to do void battles. So definitely, you know, keep that in mind. But that is coming, and it will be available on the 11th. Starting the 12th at midnight, so basically on date rollover this will be available, which is crazy. Well, sorry, it's not crazy, it's yay. So I think for like the next few days we will be having just kind of the standard void battle endeavors like we've had in the past, kind of like filler week, just, you know, kind of chill time. So definitely that's what this week is going to be like, just chill. And they've announced the next summon showcase. And this one, to me, you know, honestly, from the get-go, I think is a pass. But, you know, during the Summon Showcase, the appearance rates for featured 4-stars and 5-stars will be increased. On top of that, 4-star and 5-star Avengers will be also featured. Well, you know, because the odds are increased, okay, you know, it makes it a little bit more worthwhile, but there's another announcement that's coming right after this one that might change your mind. But we'll get to it. So, you know, the odds will be increased. The changes to the summoning, which are announced, will be applied after the maintenance applied on the 25th. So this is key. The changes to summoning, so there's changes, and we're going to talk about that because that's what's insane about this. They're going to apply after the 25th. So if you're going to summon, I would suggest maybe you pass on this because of things are coming, or maybe you want to do it because of what's coming. But we're going to talk about that because, oh my god. While there are no future wrymprints in the Summon Showcase, they are in fact still included in the poll. Spoilers. Okay, so this is going to be available from the 12th to the 18th. So from tomorrow until next Thursday, they're going to be available. And basically, I feel like we're just going to have some endeavors for void battles, and we can get some worm right there. But other than that, I don't expect very much to happen because we don't have any event shouted out to us. So I think it's just going to revolve around Void Ogni, just, you know, completionist of that and being able to get some void seeds. So nothing too exciting, but, you know, definitely there's raid up for all the dragons and for some, you know, adventurers, which is cool. But of course the dragons are the ones, you know, being featured mostly on this banner. But we'll talk about the banner once it's out, and I'll tell you if you should summon or not, because we got more to talk about, and I don't want to make this video last forever because I'm sure you want me to get on with it. And also, by the way, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of these crazy updates? I really want to know. Okay, so news. So the Fire Emblem Lost Heroes collaboration date has finally been announced. It's coming on the 25th of April, so that is in 2 Thursdays from now. So right now we're going to have the next Summon Showcase from the 12th to the 18th, and I'm sure we'll get something from the 19th to the 24th. So definitely we're going to probably have like 2 filler events. Maybe it'll be a little raid battle, or maybe we just won't get anything for 2 weeks. I'm not really sure, but at least for the next week we're having a void battle, probably Endeavor. That is my guess, based on, you know, them releasing Void Ogni. But we'll find out in the morning, and you'll bet I'll be here. So there is going to be maintenance. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. After the maintenance starting at 10 p.m. on the 25th of April, so that's where we're going to have maintenance. And, you know, whenever the game comes live, that's when we're going to have the actual collab event going. And this event is going to happen from the 25th, after maintenance, until the 14th of May. And that is crazy because that means this event is going to last almost 3 weeks. That is crazy because it's going to start on a Thursday and it's basically Friday because after maintenance, and it's going to be ending on a Monday. So Actually, no, Sunday night. So that is crazy. It's gonna last a really long time, so it's gonna be almost a, it's basically a 3-week event. I'm very curious because it says, actually they don't call it on here, but on the tweet it says characters from Fire Emblem are coming to Dragalia Lost. And, characters being the very, what's it called? The very specific term. Let me see if I can pull up that tweet really quickly. But it did say that characters were coming to Dragalia Lost, which I'm very curious to see what characters are coming. Just because, I'm not that familiar with FEH. Doesn't mean that I'm not very excited. I'm very excited to see what they come. Maybe it'll give us a meta breaking. Maybe there's going to be several different events put together. Maybe it's a combo raid and facility event since it's 3 weeks. I don't know. But, they did announce that it's coming. So I'm very, very excited. It's not on the Japanese Twitter, it seems like. But let me just check the English one just in case. Yes, it says the Dragalia Lost Fire Emblem Lost Heroes event, which features characters from Fire Emblem Heroes, will start after the maintenance on April 25th. And, finishing on the 14th of May. So that's awesome. I'm glad we finally got a date. For those that were asking Danbear when this event was coming, now you know. So plan your wyrmprint spending. And okay, the crazy thing. So this blew my mind when I read this, and holy muffins, like, I'm shook. So hello everyone, it is the Dragalia Lost team here to share news of an upcoming update. Starting after the maintenance on April 25th, we'll be changing how summoning works. So, background information. We've received a lot of feedback since the game's release regarding summoning and adventure building. The team has been reviewing this feedback and implementing it in the form of overall game balance, but have not yet been able to improve summoning in a way that really satisfies players. Therefore, in order to create a game that you, the players, can enjoy even more, we're changing how summoning works. To go along with this, we'll also be changing how you can acquire wrymprints, as well as the amount of eldwater you'll get. Whew, you can read about the changes below. So I'm going to go through it just because I feel like it might be the best way for y'all to digest it, and of course we'll have a post-mortem / what do we think about this at a later time, but this is the info as it is. So the summoning changes. So basically, wrymprints have been appearing on the Summon Showcase since season launch, but after this update, they'll no longer appear in summoning. So this is something we've been having we've complained on and on, especially before the double wrymprints thing. We're like, can we please just take out the wrymprints out of here? Like, we have dragons, wrymprints, and adventurers that we need. Like, having all 3 in one banner was really hard, and it kind of reminded me of Fate Grand Order, except you have adventurers, well, servants and craft essences, and not a third category. But it is what it is. So even though a wrymprints will no longer appear in the summon showcases, the total appearance rate for each rarity will remain unchanged as described below. So you'll still have the same rates: 80% for 3 stars, 4 stars will be 16%, and 4% for 5 stars. But for the appearance rate, featured adventurers and dragons after these changes are put into effect. Check the appearance rates for the individual showcases after the main starting April 25th completes. So basically, the rates will kind of change for the characters and dragons after it, because basically they're just removing wrymprints from this. And all you'll be able to summon for are dragons and adventurers. And now you're thinking about, well, how am I going to get wrymprints? That's the next point. Acquiring wrymprints. You'll be able to exchange eldwater for, for wrymprints from the in-game shop. This includes wrymprints that have previously appeared in summon showcases. Here I am wondering, are they going to include the limited wrymprints that we've gotten, like the chocolatiers that I chased and did not get. So we also plan on making it so that there is a low chance of acquiring some wrymprints, including 5-star wrymprints from Quest. Oh wow, so we also plan on making it so that there's a low chance of acquiring some wrymprints, including 5-star wrymprints from Quest. So you're going to be able to get 5-star wrymprints from random quests. Like, one day you're just going to run a quest and randomly get a wyrmprint, and that's going to be crazy. And because that's going to mean that your RNG is, like, insane. Insane. And then we have, check below for the amount of eldwater required for acquiring wyrmprints from the shop. So we'll basically have something in the treasure trade that'll allow you to trade in for wrymprints. I'm assuming we'll have a list of all the wrymprints that are available in the game, you know, now and before, and going forward. And you'll be able to trade your eldwater for them, which is really cool because, you know, in case, you know, you were chasing one, you know, especially I know a lot of people were chasing forest spawns in this current banner. I didn't get it. Thankfully some of my peeps did, which is awesome. And so, you know, 4 or 5 star wyrmprint, you can get one for 4,000 eldwater, and it kind of increases every time you trade up until the 5th time. And so at the 6th wyrmprint onward, the amount of eldwater required will reset, starting again with the amount required for the first trade. And what I'm curious about this is it for every single one of that same one? Like if, let's say, I get 1 chocolatiers and then I want to get forest spawns, will both of them be 4,000? Or will it be, you know, the first one of each is 4,000 and the second copy of a specific wyrmprint is 6,000? So I'm curious to see if it's wyrmprint specific or just overall. So definitely want to, you know, see that, but you know, their conversion rate seems pretty standard. But, you know, it might seem like a lot because you're like, well, how am I supposed to get all that eldwater? And this is what they're changing. So it changes to the amount of eldwater acquired, considering the amount of eldwater required to upgrade adventurers' co-abilities, and now the amount required to obtain wyrmprints. We will be changing the amount of eldwater you can acquire. Yes, eldwater updates. So the amount of eldwater you get when summoning a duplicate adventurer and when you part ways with the dragon you summon will change as detailed below. So for 5 stars, you'd get those 3,000 eldwater and you're like, oh, please. Now you're gonna get 8,500 eldwater, which is wow. Especially because that means with that you can basically buy a 5-star wyrmprint at the later steps. So, and then for 4 stars, instead of getting 1,000 eldwater, you get 2,200 eldwater. Also note, there will be no change to the amount of eldwater you get for 3-star adventurers. That's staying the same, and also for the dragons. Selling wyrmprints or parting ways with dragons obtained from events or from the treasure trade. So 3-star dragons and wyrmprints, 3-star adventurers and dragons are staying the same, and event wyrmprints, selling those will also stay the same. So gift of eldwater. Have you summoned a lot of dupes? Did you get summons like mine in Valentine's Day and just got a ton of hill days left and right? Well, it's okay. It's okay, fellow whales and fellow people that got a whole bunch of dupes and got hawked in like different summons. It is okay. So, players will receive the following eldwater amounts for each adventure and dragon that met the conditions described above, according to its rarity. 5,500, the difference between the new and the old amounts. So for every 5-star dupe that you've gotten in the entirety of your game, you'll get 5,500 for each dupe, and that's a 5-star. And for 4 stars, you'll get 1,200 for each dupe you've had since you've started the game and summoned. For dupes, only dupes. And it's just a difference of the new amount and the old amount. I think it's really good that they're going to do compensation for everything that we've done in the past. It's very important because then we don't feel cheated out of it. And then gift delivery schedule. We're planning to deliver the gift to eligible players by the end of April 25th. And you'll be able to accept the eldwater from your goodies box. So this is really cool. It's going to basically be after the main end that we'll be able to see this. Also, finally, we'll be sending the following items to players as thank you gift. They're going to give everybody 4,500 wyrmite and 25,000 eldwater, which is really, really generous, honestly, because they are compensating in the wyrmite the summons that you would have done, and you know, if you were wanting a wyrmprint and now you can't get it, and you know, now you're just gonna have these extra wyrmite funds. I do suggest you save them for now because they're, you know, after the void week that we're gonna have, I assume we're gonna have a short event before the FEH collab that we're gonna get. Also, the thank you gift will be delivered by April 26th, and we hope that these changes will increase your overall game satisfaction and help you enjoy summoning and adventure building more than ever before. As always, thank you for playing Dragalia Lost. And, you know, I've said this so many times, Dragalia Lost does such a good job at listening to its player base and trying to improve, and it's something I don't really see in too many games. Like, they say that they're listening, but they don't, you know, implement the changes that quickly. And, you know, Dragalia Lost has only been out for 6 months, and for them to make this kind of impactful change 6 months in, I think is very admirable of them. You know, I have nothing but, you know, props to the Dragalia team. I know some, you know, these last few events have felt a little long, but, you know, maybe it's because they've been working on the new things that are coming, and, you know, these changes are not small. And I want to know what you feel about this. How do you feel about them taking wrymprints out and can only get dragons and can only get adventurers out of these banners starting on the 25th? The dragon banner that we're just about to get, that one is still gonna have wrymprints. Wrymprints are taken out on after maintenance on the 25th of April. So we still have a few weeks, but this is such an impactful, you know, really big change. Please let me know what you feel about this. Are you happy? Are you sad? Because I know we can have like various opinions about it. So I really want to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments below, and, you know, thank you all so much for the support. And I think we're gonna have a lot of Dragalia Lost videos coming up in the next few days. So thank you all so much for your support. Y'all have been wonderful, and I'm so excited for the future. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, meow to meow.